Yeah, few of them I have seen, you have gone through our YouTube. Okay. So introducing myself, I am Dr. Uday Shah. I had passed my medical graduation 95. For 3.5 years, I did my medical practice, allopathy practice as a family physician, but due to certain limitation of the allopathy, I very quickly shifted to some other sciences like naturopathy, yoga, acupressure, pranic healing, reiki, psychic surgery, karuna healing, feng shui. And since today, I have approximately completed 125 different workshops just to find the advantage of a different system, because every system has an advantage and every system has a limitation. I never call that any system is having disadvantage, right? So today also, since so many years, I have been practicing with integration of all the different sciences. Integration means you get a very quick result. Like nowadays we are eating multivitamins tablets, right? Previously we used to eat only single calcium tablets or single mineral tablets or amino acids that way. But nowadays as a doctors we prescribe and we suggest to take a multiple vitamins. So same way, if you forget the physical body, as Ashutosh said, you have to focus on energy body, right? Because there are only two possibilities, either focus on physical body or shift to the energy body. Now, overnight you don't get diabetes, overnight you don't get cancer, overnight you don't get blood pressure, asthma or anything. So what makes you to get the disease? Yes? What make you to get the disease? Can anyone say?
Mind.
Yeah? Tensions. Okay, that is thought, mind. Okay, what else?
Wrong lifestyle.
Wrong lifestyle. What else?
Wrong action.
Yeah?
Wrong actions.
Wrong action, exactly. What else?
Energy depletion.
Yeah, exactly. So we say ahar, vihar, vichar, vyavhar. We say 4 things, right? Are you getting it? But anything that disturbs your aura, that disturbs your energy, that disturbs your electromagnetic waves will slowly progress into disease condition. Like initially we are functionally disturbed for few days, few months, few years, then we are pathologically disturbed. Again for few days, few months, few years, again then we are structurally disturbed. Right? Are you getting it? So now, if you want to cure your issues on the health side, on the relation side, on the financial side, as Ashutosh said in the first slide, you need to rebuild, you need to restore your energy. Restoration of the energy is a very correct word used in homeopathic medical syllabus. Restoration of vitality, that they have been using it, right? So how to restore that energy? How to restore that energy? We can restore through meditation, we can restore through healing. 2 possibilities we are having. But unfortunately, we are not able to meditate because, now we'll see, we'll go through it, we are having 60,000 thoughts per day. According to the research of California Institute of Psychological Science, Medical Science, 60,000 thoughts daily comes in our mind in 24 hours. And out of 64,000, 90% are negative, means 54,000 negative thoughts daily they come. Now you tell me, how does it happens? How does this 54,000 it comes? Whether it's consciously or it's subconsciously. Yes? Yes?
More subconsciously more.
Yeah. Subconsciously more, right? Because right from our birth, our genetic informations are, as he said, they have come either from your past life, some past impressions, some thoughts have come, some emotions have come, some revenge attitude, some hatred attitude has come from the past life in your genetics, or through the hereditary character from your ancestors. They have come. Like as a medical doctor, whenever the patient first steps into our clinic, the first question we ask, whether you have family history of cancer, you have family history of diabetes, whether you have family history of asthma. Why? Because this counts more for any individual person. What he has brought from his forefather, from his ancestors, right? So we need to correct it. Just knowing is not enough. Unfortunately, in our medical science, there is no medicine to correct genetical disorder. There is no medicine to correct any past life informations. Here we lack this science. Are you getting it? Whatever we have created in present can be corrected in medical science. Like some addictions you have, tobacco, alcohol, whatever that has created some abnormal chemoreceptors or chemical reactions, that can be corrected through our medical science. But whatever we have brought from your ancestors, they cannot be cured. And in homeopathy, this condition is called constitution. Are you aware about the word constitution? Constitution means tasi, what we call a mental constitution, a physical constitution, a spiritual constitution. So this is very important. So this need to be decoded. Like as he said in Karuna Healing. In Karuna Healing, we work more on decoding the karmic imprint. We decoding the genetical imprints. That is a part of Karuna Healing, the soul healing. Because this has to be corrected through the higher frequency, that is called delta healing. And alpha healing or the theta healing cannot cure it. Now what is that healing? That later on I will tell you. But this is this basic funda that if you can remove all the unwanted informations which you have brought genetically, that has to be cured. Otherwise, there will be a biorhythmic cycle in your life. You are supposed to get the same disease after few years, as a juvenile diabetes, as early asthma, as cancer, whatever. Because whatever you have brought, you are bound to get it, right? So this has to be corrected. Now, from where that has to be corrected? It has to be corrected on this level, on the chakra level. I am not going to go much in detail because already he has explained very nicely. So we need to correct all the informations which are dumped in these chakras from our past life, from our ancestors. We need to correct it. We need to heal it. So previously, through all religious procedure, we were able to cure it, like Vedic Shastras and Gayatri Mantras and Jainism, any spiritual, any rituals like Havans, home, what we used to do previously, right? We were able to purify all our chakras. We were able to clear our chakra. We were able to energize our chakra through all those rituals. Because they were not much intensely negative. They were only on the superficial level. But nowadays, these things are also not working 100%. Partially we are uplifted, but partially we are again stuck to the system. Why? Because now they are sedimented with so many karmas. All the negative energies from 700 lives, which we are not able to clear it, now they are dumped in the lower chakras. So our lower three chakras are challenge for us, which are most important for each and every person of their life. In meditation, through our research we came to know, in meditation we can clear only this upper four chakra. In Reiki, in pranic healing, we can clear only upper four chakra. We cannot clear anything in the lower three chakras. Because those are very heavy chakras. They need high frequency of healing. Reiki, pranic healing, all their alpha level healing. Psychic surgery, what today just now I am going to tell you, it is theta level of the healing. And the last level of the healing is delta, which is the most soul frequency healing system. So this is very important. These lower three chakras are important. Are you getting it? So if the lower chakras are dumped with negative informations, negative energy, your physical distortion will start, like arthritis, piles, fissures, fibroid, cyst, or fallopian tube issues, or maybe diabetes, liver cirrhosis, WBC issues, all the blood issues, all the fractures. So all these things are because of this lower three chakras. That is very challenging for us. Now, in our research institution, there are so many equipment we are using, because if you are not reliable on sonography, CT scan, MRI, X-ray, blood, urine, stool, then you have to be reliable on this energy technological equipment. Are you getting it? So there are so many equipment, like this is PIP technology, BFR technology from London. This is ESM, electrospectral measurement from London. This is from USA, RFI, resonance field imaging. This is GDV, which we are using from German technology, Krillin photography. So there are so many energy-based equipment. As because we are a doctor, we have team of a doctor team who are doing research. We cannot rely only on the philosophic level, only on the symptomatic level. We need to verify every time whatever we are doing, whether it is authentic, whether it is really helping the people, because it's a long time commitment. It's a long time commitment. It's not that once you learn and the next day you're cured. It may take, as he had shown the couple of slides, it took 6 months. So you cannot fool anyone for 6 months. Keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing. And at the end of the 6 months, he may not get the result. He may not only blame you, but he will have lost the faith in the spiritual system. So this is the most dark side in India, that people are not using technology in spite of having so much spiritual potentiality. In allopathy, in medical science, we have very few results, but we are always using technologies to prove that really the system is perfect. Whether then you're permanently dependent on insulin, you're dependent on hypertensive medicine, hyperhistamic medicine, or antibiotic or painkiller, that is secondary. The primary thing, we always prove and show the difference in the parameters, we always show the difference in the units, in the difference in the structural body, and so the expansion of allopathy is much more rather than expansion of the spiritual science. So I always go to so many spiritual centers, like I met Ramdev Baba, Shishi Ravi Shankar, Satya Sai Baba, Surya Swami, Nityanand Swami. I always request them, please use this technology and show to your devotees, your disciples, how scientifically it works. But as they have the miracles in their hands, they don't depend on this system. They want people to blindly follow them, which I think so in future generation, it not might happen. They have to depend on it. Very few spiritual leaders are there who welcome us with this technology, because then it's challenge for them. They have to understand the technology. They have to be accustomed to these parameters, that how it has been useful to them or to the layman also. Are you getting it? So if, yeah.
I'm just saying, not everybody has the faith to believe that it's a miracle.
Yeah.
So it's in their best interest to also show why, the how and the why, that the energy that they're working with, how it works.
Yeah.
To convince those who are always scientific in their mind and
Yeah.
and asking, oh, how is that even possible?
Yeah, that's true, exactly. Like, see, I was a doctor, and because for 8.5 years of my medical science, my left side of the brain, my logical brain was much more active than the right side of the brain. But to prove the science for my side, for my logical side, I started using all this technology. For 2 years, it took me to justify that really the parallel system, the energy-based system is working. So I think so the today generation, like even my kids also, they keep on asking me, why should I pray? Why should I do meditation? I cannot philosophically answer them. I have to prove something. See, once they are convinced, now there is no need all the time to push them into this technological business. Once they are convinced, they are logically satisfied, no, really this is helping them. Now they will follow for a lifelong. Otherwise, what will happen? Every time they meditate, every time they will do the healing, they will have a second thought, whether it will work, whether really it works, whether really it will be benefit, or I am just fooling myself. See, this question, it always comes to everyone. Are you getting it? Right? So this different technology, like you can see this ESM machine. This machine is to see the frequency of the chakra, whether they are in the plus side or they are on the minus side. Same way, this RFI machine is also for the chakra, to see the frequency of the chakra, whether the oscillation is correct or oscillation is slow or fast. For example, if the oscillation in the throat chakra, it shows a low unit, means the person has a chance of hypothyroidism. If the oscillation is fast, he may have the hyperthyroidism. It's very directly proportional. So depending upon the activity of the chakras, the hormonal activity, the glandular activity, the cellular activity may vary from person to person. So previously all the Rishi Munis, they used to chant the mantras of the chakras, of the same wavelength, same frequency, like Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. So they used to normalize their chakra, they used to balance their chakra. So they were able to stay for more than 100 years, 120 years, 150 years. But because this science was not given to us in our medical syllabus, our medical syllabus in the first year, it started with anatomy and physiology. But behind that anatomy and physiology, there is a science of this energy which we were not aware. So we never went into consideration that this might be the cause of disease. We thought the cause of disease is organism, it's a bacteria, it's a virus, it's a parasite. So we all the time started to investigate on the microscope side. Are you getting? For malaria, for tuberculosis, for HIV, we tried to do. But later on we came to know that if your energy is distorted, if you have a low frequency of energy in any of your glands, if any of your system, if any of your chakra, you will start attracting the bacteria, the virus, the parasites, the microorganism. So they are the main cause. If you re-energize yourself, those will not multiply. They will go away from your body. Your aura will throw them out. But if you have low aura, you will attract them. Like everyone doesn't have a viral infection. Everyone doesn't have a chikungunya or swine flu or tuberculosis. The person who is having low resistance, low immunity system, because what we thought that this is the energy which is weak, which is creating the problem. In our medical science, same way it is called, sorry, there's no slide. In our medical science, same way it is called lymphatic system, immunity system. So what in allopathy, what we call lymphatic, in spiritual science we call aura. Are you getting it? So there is an equivalence, but name is different. Like in for the water, in English we speak different word, in Hindi we speak a different word, but both are waters, right? We call it jal or pani or whatever. It's a water. So same way here, whatever the resistance power is low, means your aura is low. Now how to improve the resistance power? For that you need to meditate, you need to heal. But apart from that, you need to understand that all these chakra, which are very sensitized, which are energy center of your body, are based on your thoughts and emotions. They cannot function on their own. These chakras are dependent on your thoughts and emotions. Are you getting it? Right? So directly, suppose if you normalize your chakra, for a moment, for a few days, again the activities are normal. But again, because of negative thoughts and emotions, again they will be imbalanced. Right? So these chakras, these thoughts and emotions which are coming in your mind, they, through the chakra, they create some abnormality in your nadis. We have 72,000 nadis in our body. We have 18 meridians in our body. So if you normalize your thoughts and emotions, your chakras will be normalized. And if your chakras are normalized, your nadis are normal. Are you getting it? For example, if you have hatred, through the chakra, you will have some asthma or heart issue, cardiac issue. If you have jealousy in your emotions, through solar chakra, you will disturb your liver, you will disturb your gallbladder. So which thought, which emotion, which comes in conscious and subconscious, through the chakra, it will disturb the respective meridians and the nadis. So our Ayurvedic Shastra starts from here, our acupressure, acupuncture system starts from here. But are they really the cause? Are they really the cause? No. Nadis and meridians cannot be disturbed on their own. This nadis and meridians, they depends upon the chakras, and the chakras, they depend upon the mind. So what need to be cleared? Yes? Mind. thoughts, emotions. Are you getting it? And mind and emotions, they again are dependent on the karma. They are dependent on the soul karma. So through the Karuna soul healing, we are deleting on the upper side, on the psychic surgery level, we are clearing. Yeah, this was the slide I wanted to show you. Yeah. So this is the lymphatic system. When this is disturbed, means your aura is disturbed. We have so many lymphatic glands in our body. And this all lymphatic glands, they are parallel to the different chakras. If your chakras are disturbed, your immunity system is weak. Like suppose if you are eating ice cream, for example, ice cream is very cold, right, in a temperature. When you eat, your throat chakra will get constricted. It will drain that energy. And then some bacteria and virus you will attract in the throat and you will have a throat infection. Are you getting it? Right? So whatever intake you are taking, it will respectively disturb that chakra. And according to that chakra, that respective organ system and hormones will be disturbed. Is it clear to you now? Right? So in psychic surgery, basically what we are doing, we are trying to clear the conscious mind, we are trying to clear the subconscious mind. Because as he said, the conscious is 18%, the logical side is 18%, the awareness, we are only 18%, the subconscious is 80%, which has the huge accumulation of emotions. So what is there in the conscious mind? Is the logical thought. What is there in the subconscious mind? Is only emotions. Now tell me, which is more dominating, thought or emotion?
Emotions.
Yes?
Emotions.
Emotions. Why? Because 3 times when one thought comes, it gets converted into emotions. 3 times when emotions arise, the feeling arises, it gets converted into karma. It gets converted into reaction. So definitely, emotions are more dominating, more effective than the conscious. So in Secret movie, how many of you have seen the Secret movie? So many people have seen. In that they have told about the law of attraction, that what you visualize that you attract, what you think that you attract. But what you think, if it is not added with your emotion, you may not attract. That was very clear to in that concept, right? That if you are driving a car, if you think this is a steering of a Mercedes, and through your emotions you will attract them. But if there is no emotion, just mechanically you are just thinking about the steering in your hand, that will not attract the car. Right? The same way is here, whatever you think, every thought doesn't manifest. Is it clear? Every thought never manifests unless that thought is repeatedly comes in your mind. It gets converted into emotion. Till that it doesn't attract. And once it is converted into emotions, then only it will manifest. Are you getting it? Right? So once it is, this thought is transferred into the subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind is with autonomous nervous system. It is connected with your cardiac activity, it is connected with your respiratory activity, it is connected with your digestive system, it is connected with your renal, kidney system, with all the system. Only subconscious is connected. Consciously, the body system, the nervous system is not connected. If that was the case, voluntarily you would have taken respiration, voluntarily you would have changed your heart rate. Is it possible? No. Can you change your heart rate on your own? Consciously? No. Can you change your digestive system, that today I want constipation, today I want loose motion? Yes? Can you voluntarily change your insulin activity? You cannot change it. Why? You have to change your subconscious mind. That's very challenging for you. This is the reason in our allopathic, in our medical science, we are totally reliable on medicines, because consciously you have to take the medicines of the diabetes, blood pressure, aspirin pump, because it doesn't change your subconscious mind. It changes only your conscious chemoreceptors, chemical reactions is changed. Right? So sustainingly, if you practice meditation, yoga or healing, you may change this subconscious mind. Now what is the superconscious mind? Medically we were not aware about the superconscious mind. Once we came into this spiritual system, we came to know superconscious mind is called channelizing yourself to your master, to your God, goddesses. Channelizing to the higher consciousness. So it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, that doesn't matter to you. It means that you are connected to the higher source of energy. And once you are connected with the higher source of the energy, you are in the divine destiny. You are self-guided by the higher destiny. Like once you pray to your God, once you pray to your masters, your angel card therapy or tarot readers, they are all using the superconscious mind. This pranic healing people, the Reiki people, through the symbols, they are connecting to the superconscious mind, and then whatever changes they want, they can bring. Because once you are connected, you have high amount of potential energy. Now your limited energy is of no value. The best astrologer, the best Vastu consultant, they have the highest energy in them because they are super consciously connected. They have so much intuition, the psychic power. On the spot they can analyze your astrological chart, on the spot they can tell about your Vastu defects. Right? So this is the skill of super conscious mind. So for this, many people, they do Shakti path, they do attunement. In pranic healing they do attunement, in Reiki they do attunement, in psychic surgery we have attunement, in Karuna Reiki we have attunement, because that attunement means to get aligned. It's like the SIM card, even though if you put in your mobile, if it is not activated, it will not show any network, you will not be able to use it. Your incoming and outgoing will not be there unless it is activated. So someone has to activate that chakras for super conscious mind. Unless you have done lots of spiritual meditation or you have done lots of chanting of the mantras, then only you will be able to use the super conscious mind. Else it is not so easy to use that. Is it clear? Right? Now, as we have seen this system, this is a conscious mind, 18%, this is subconscious mind, 80%, this is super conscious mind. Getting connected with the higher masters and gurus and God, goddesses. So as I told you, this is the 60,000 thoughts which is coming, and 90%, 54,000 are negative. Subconsciously they are coming right from your birth. You must have taken the wrong negative experience with your brother, sister, from your teacher, from your friends. They keep on coming unconsciously. You are not aware. For years together, you don't forgive them. So when we do present life regression for any of the person and we take them to 2 years back, 4 years back, 10 years back, they all reveal all the things which they have accumulated in their mind. So it's very important. So if I tell anything, do you hold? You will say, no, I don't hold anything. Now I am very much free. But when I take you to present life regression, you will start crying, you will start screaming, you will start shouting on that experience which you have hold it. Are you getting it? So this is very important. Whatever you hold, that sediments in your DNA. And that manifests into physical appearance. Is it clear? So this is the innermost information which we are having in our DNA, and the outermost is the aura, the conscious aura. Innermost is this DNA. DNA also reflects through subconscious aura. So we have two types of aura. That later on Ashutosh will explain that two types of aura. So this aura we need to clear from the innermost and the outermost. Once you have cleared this aura in the DNA level, this neuroconduction will go very smoothly, because we have trillions of neurons in our brain which conducts the information of our food digestion, of our heart activity, about respiration, about hormonal, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. All these activities, all these signals, they pass through these neurons. So in psychic surgery what we do basically, by removing unwanted thoughts and emotion from this subconscious aura, this all subconscious aura, once we remove this, the conduction becomes very smooth. This conduction becomes very smooth. Then there is no constipation, no diabetes, no blood pressure, no asthma, no arthritis, no cancer, because it is removed from the top of the brain. Whatever you have holded from years together through psychic surgery, we show you the procedure, and which is very easy. I myself have performed 26,000 psychic surgery, and we have 28,000 students who have learned this psychic surgery. None of them are failure. It doesn't matter whether you are on the medical side or non-medical side. In my clinic, my sweeper, she is performing the psychic surgery since 14-15 years, and she has performed more than 10 to 11,000 psychic surgery. She doesn't know any anatomy about the body system, hormones, gland. Just I give the photograph to her and I tell her, please perform the psychic surgery for so and so person. She doesn't ask also what does he suffer. That procedure is like formatting the computer without you are aware in which drive the virus is there. Are you getting it? You did not know whether it's in the D drive, it's in the C drive, it's in the E drive, which type of virus is there, and with whose pen drive you inserted that virus, and which website you downloaded, you got the virus. It's none of your business. It's like formatting absolutely negativity, not positivity. It's not that after psychic surgery you will forget your name, you'll forget your wife, or you'll forget your husband. Otherwise everyone would have come and preferred to do that psychic surgery if they want to get rid of their couple, right? So it doesn't matter. So this is the system where we are removing the thoughts, and once you are deleting the thoughts in the psychic surgery, your words are clear, your actions are clear, habits, characters and destiny, everything will change. Because thought is the main important thing in your life. Thought has to be removed. Consciously you cannot remove, because you don't know what are the unwanted thoughts. Consciously you are not aware what are your unwanted emotions. Are you getting it? So you need to format it. This is a procedure. Now there are different procedures in psychic surgery. If you go through this is Alex Orbito psychic surgery. Anyone has seen the YouTube of Alex Orbito? You have seen Alex Orbito. They are removing a dirt particle from the body, from etheric body. Again, we had done research on this Alex Orbito psychic surgery. It's in the Philippines. There are 58 doctors who are doing. But this surgery is not permanent. You remove that clot, and for few days you are normal. Again, because of the same negative thoughts and emotion, they get remanifested. Like same happens in our medical surgery. Whatever surgeries we are doing for removing kidney stones or fibroid or cyst, again they get redeveloped. Why? Because there is tendency of a body, which, as I told, it's a constitution of a body, to redevelop the same disease condition. So again the piles get reoccurred, the fibroid get reoccurred, the renal stones get reoccurred, right? That's why the medical science, they prefer to remove the tonsils, to remove the appendix, to remove the uterus, because they want to remove the system. They don't want to remove the disease cause. You got the difference, right? The difference is, if you remove the cause, there is no recurrency, there is no remanifestation. But if you remove the effect, again, because of the cause being inside, again they will remanifest it. That's the difference. So in this psychic surgery, there is a psychic surgery by this Joseph Weed and this Beam, who has developed to do the surgery through your mind. Like you must have seen that spoon bending, what I did. That video you had seen. That technique was done with the help of this system. That just consider the matter and not the solid body, the energy and not the solid body, and you can bend anything whatever you want. So this concept was introduced by these people. But those people also, they had a limitation, because they were not using the superconscious mind to remove anything. For that, your willpower, your confidence should be immense. Then only you will be able to do psychic healing with this technology. Through your own mind, you can remove the cancer through your own mind. By reprogramming your conscious mind, recommanding by the conscious mind, you reprogram your subconscious mind. So this is that system. Dr. Mikao Usui, who was the founder of Reiki, he introduced a symbol for psychic surgery. And it was really worth, because I did lots of psychic surgery through him. And this is you know him? Who is he? Anyone here from pranic healing? No? He is the master of pranic healing, Chukutsui. he introduced the psychic surgery by aura cleansing. Just clean your aura and you can do the psychic surgery. But again, this had temporary result, this has temporary result, this has temporary result, this has temporary, this is temporary, this is temporary, this is temporary. The permanent psychic surgery can be done only when you are removing any unwanted thoughts and emotions from your mind with respect to your soul karma. And that can be integrated by Karuna healing and psychic surgery. If you integrate, you combinedly do it, you get a permanent result. Otherwise, if your issues are only from your present life, then psychic surgery 100% can help you. But if your issues are from your parent, if your issues are genetical, if your issues are from your past life, this Karuna healing has to be integrated with psychic surgery. I came to know 2 years later on, because as I was practicing allopathy medical science, and when I shifted to spiritual science, then to the patients were requesting me to take their case in their hand, but I was not comfortable with medical medicine. So I requested them that if you are ready, I will do your psychic surgery. They told, whatever you do, we want to get rid of our diseases. So I started psychic surgery doing on them. In the year, I think so, 1998 I started it. For 2 years, till 2000, I was not understanding that why even the psychic surgery is giving the temporary result. So in the year 2000, I integrated psychic surgery with Karuna soul healing, and then I started getting the permanent result. Because I understood that even thought and emotion, they are slave of soul karma. So why you get jealousy, why you get hatred, it is not that you are creating it. Right? Many times people are having a tendency of criticizing, comparing, or they have the tendency of jealousy. Why? They have something from their past life karma. It has to be cleared. Right? So soul healing is much important. Yes?
What about past life regression?
Yeah, past life regression, if you are doing it without healing, it might create some problem, because all the negative things you are bringing on the surface and you are not having enough strength to deal with those karma. So that's why the past life regression concept was not freely introduced by all the saints or any of the dharma. Unless you have that strength, the potentiality to heal it. Yes?
What about Brian and others who are out there that talk about avoiding your karma? So therefore then it doesn't become an issue for you, and then you only have to focus on your current karma and not creating any.
Which system I didn't get it?
Cryon, Cryon?
Cryon, no I don't.
Cryon was, actually they gave us the guy who channels, he's a channel, he channels Cryon,
Yeah.
and he actually spoke at the UN. And he talks about techniques for people for avoiding their karma.
Yeah.
You also talk about cutting ties,
Okay.
energetic ties.
Okay.
Similar to that, but a little bit different. So
Yeah,
I just
it
wanted
might
your
be.
opinion on
No,
it.
so as I told you, there are so many possibilities. Like in our allopathy science, we have MD, we have MS, we have gynecologists, we have orthopedic. The same way in spiritual science also, there are so many successful systems. Maybe we are not aware, but they are successful. Right? Only the thing, it should click to our subconscious mind, because it should come from your bottom of your heart that which system I need to follow it. Because already you know the problem and that solution is inside you. So you need to catch hold of that solution and you to work on it. It's not just catching and you don't sustain on it. If you don't practice it, you will not get that result. Why I got the result in 26,000 cases? Because I was doing all the database work. I was doing all the work with a team of my people. There are 1200 people who are still now worked with me. It's not that all the time they work with me, but till today 1200 people helped me to do this research. Like Ashutosh, Vinay, Archana, so many people are there who are working in this current time. But before that also, so many people came. They showed me how to heal permanently. Because I am technological based person, I am doing only research. I am not much into healing. I am not in any of the marketing instrumental this selling business. Are you getting it? We have 60 centers in India, 9 centers in abroad. Everywhere we are doing just research. And might be tomorrow something new may come. So when you come for next seminar, we will present something new to you, some new equipment, some new research. It's not that all the time the database will be the same for us. Right? Yes?
You said 3 times emotions get converted into karma.
Karma,
Please
yeah.
elaborate this.
Yeah, because once suppose an emotion comes that, I'm really jealous of him, that doesn't create into karma. That may get diluted also on its own after the phase of the time. But repeatedly same emotion keeps on coming, then that will come into action. And once it comes into the action, the opposite person will react to my action. Then that karma starts occurring. So every thought, every emotion doesn't come. Like you are going to the movie, for example, and you are seeing some scene which is very cruel, which is very uncompassionate, and you start crying it. You're not comfortable. It doesn't mean that will manifest in your life. But if you see the same movie with same thought, with same emotion, repeatedly same emotion, it may come into your present life. It may manifest into your present life. Are you getting it? Right? That we came to know only through the aura research, because we were consciously not aware about this thing also, because all the time when we put affirmation while healing, that doesn't immediately manifest. That affirmation has to be with emotion, with that compassion, and if you repeat that emotion, compassion, then only you will get that result. Yes.
Have you done any research on the effectiveness of affirmations versus affirmations?
Yeah. That we have done. But as I told you that every system, it works on individual's intention and intensity.
And belief, if they believe.
Belief, that's only. So without that belief, because if he has the belief, he has that intention. He will intensely work on it. But if he doesn't have a belief, if he has a doubt on it, his intensity will be very less. Though intentions are good to heal something. Right? So that is very important. Yes?
She asked a question about the regression.
Yeah.
On that, you said you bring the bad thoughts to the surface level and leave it. You don't do anything beyond that.
Yeah.
What has been dormant all these days, you have brought it to the surface.
Mm.
Would it be dangerous to leave it at that level?
That's what I'm telling you. It's very
So,
dangerous.
with the result,
Ah.
the healers
Ah.
who are not competent enough to take it up to a higher level,
Exactly. That in the last lecture, I think so, second last lecture,
they are
right?
more
Ashish?
dangerous to the society.
Yeah. Because when we'll go through the past life regression seminar, we'll cover in very detail that how the regressions are done.
My question is,
Yeah.
if you have got somebody who is a healer,
Yeah.
he has brought it dormant to the surface level,
Yes.
lives at it,
Yeah.
and it's more dangerous to the society.
101%. We have done this experiment on more than 220 people. That if we don't heal them, all those surfaces, karmas.
How do you discourage them from being a healer without going to the other one? You have to necessarily do the course.
No, definitely. That's we agree to it. So that's why people in Bombay or anywhere else, they request us to do regression. We don't do regression unless they themselves are the healer. They don't have to depend the therapist to heal them, because it is not their karma who can heal them. They can only bring it on the surface. If I am doing your regression and if you are seeing some murder case, your rape scene, I cannot heal your issues. You need to heal on your own. For that you should be consciously aware that, and you should be willingly doing, and you should be a good healer. You should know how to heal it. Otherwise don't go behind your life and make mess of it. Right? Very rarely, because see, karma is a big drama and everyone wants to see their drama. What I was in the past life, whether I was a king or a queen or I was a good saint, it's only drama. Whatever today at present, that is very important. That counts much more than anything. Right? Because every time you keep on changing, like before you came to this classroom, you might not be aware about so many things, but now you are aware. Now you go back to your home, people will see you with the same vision, with the same perception, the same belief. Now if you say something about this, they will say, "Arey, what you know? 2 hours before you were the same person. I cannot believe that you know so many things." See how you have changed in these 2 hours. People should accept you. Are you getting it? So this is very important. So why we do psychic surgery periodically, like I do my psychic surgery twice a week, because I want to update my mind, I want to update my emotions. Because all the time we get negative thoughts and emotions, and consciously you cannot delete it, you consciously cannot erase it. You need to do some procedure. Like in Vipassana or in Osho, there are so many meditation, or in the Art of Living, Sudarshan Kriya, in Osho dynamic meditation, or so many Raj Yoga meditation in Brahma Kumari, they have the same kind of deleting the unwanted things. But again, it's little bit tough to go to that meditation stage. So you need some exercise to remove all unwanted thoughts and emotion, and that is the psychic surgery will help you. Right? If you have some kidney stone, if you have some spondylitis, if you want to reduce your weight, you need to reduce your unwanted thoughts and emotion, because according to our research, one thought which actually is of 2 grams increases 200 grams of your weight. One emotion which is actually of the 5 grams, it increases 500 grams of your weight. So females, they have more tendency to put up the weight because they have more emotions with compared to the male. Are you getting it? So once you start doing psychic surgery, like one lady in the Jaipur, she learned psychic surgery 3 years back, and she started doing the psychic surgery for 1 month continuously, and at the end of the month she reduced 11 kg of her weight without changing the diet, without doing any other physical activity. So it happens even in after past life regression, you start losing your weight because whatever you had holded it, you delete it. Even after doing this Karuna healing, you unlock your karma, you clear your karma, you start reducing your weight, you start reducing your unwanted acidity or gaseous or whatever unwanted chemicals are there in your body. So it's very scientific. Only the thing, you should accept the truth, you should work on that truth. Just accepting is not going to give you the result. Like very sincerely, I do since 22 years. Morning 3:15 I get up, till 6:30 I do on my own self. Because only teaching is not going to give me the result. I need to apply on myself. Right? So I do meditation, I do Vipassana, I do Raj Yoga meditation, I do Sudarshan Kriya for half an hour, 1 hour. And then I start doing self-healing for 1 hour. And then I do, for last 1 hour, I do healing for others. I do psychic surgery for others. So this is my daily schedule since so many years I have been following. Though 365 days I am working, all the time I am out of my house. Hardly 2 days in the whole month I am in the Bombay, because properly I am from Bombay. But it doesn't matter to me. Once I have decided I have to do, I do it on the airport also. I do psychic surgery in my railway platform, anywhere, wherever it is convenient, I keep on doing it. Because once I had seen so many results, no one can deny it. Ignorance doesn't mean that it doesn't have the result. You need to practically apply and you can see on your own. Because spirituality is a science for experiences. It cannot be explained. It cannot be 100% expressed also. Right? So at this moment, I will discontinue the lecture. We'll take a break for a few minutes and again we'll start with a new topic. Thanks for coming here. Yeah?
There is a small question.
Yeah.
The psychic surgery, what you call?
Yeah.
Can you do it from the distance?
Yes, distance. That way I'm telling you. In our Bombay, every center we are doing 30 to 40 psychic surgery without any physical presence of the patient, because here we are removing from the subconscious side. And we did not take their permission. Like my father was a chain smoker and he was my first patient when I learned the psychic surgery. I performed 3 months psychic surgery on my father twice a week, and I used to see how he used to taper his smoking habits. He used to smoke 70 to 80 cigar daily. But after the end of the 3 months, he stopped, and since today 20 years, he has never restarted his smoking.
Out of sheer curiosity.
Yeah.
Out of this 26,000 you have given a statistic.
Yeah.
How many do you think that you have done on 1-to-1? How many do you think that you have done at a distance?
5%, hardly 5%.
Hardly 5% 1-to-1.
Yeah, hardly 5%.
Rest are all distance.
Because all the time I am traveling, no, I cannot meet the patient on 1-to-1, and I cannot request them to be at my time. Yes.
So you're saying that if you are doing psychic surgery on me, you don't have to take my permission?
No need. Because subconsciously we are doing it, and we are doing through the superconscious mind. So we cannot do anything negative in that psychic surgery. Because through our connection of the masters, we request them to clear their issue. Now if you need to learn some lesson from your issue, it might take some time. And it will enhance you by learning the lesson parallelly with that spiritual energy.
It is something similar to the hypnotism.
No, in hypnotism what happens, subconsciously you're entering their mind without their conscious concern, but you're 100% not able to, because through your power, you're entering them. You are not using superconscious mind. This is the difference. Like your computer has a limited data. But once you connect your internet, you can open the website from Singapore, Dubai, US, anywhere. That doesn't matter whether it's 100 GB hard disk or 500 GB hard disk.
You mean to say that you can enter my superconsciousness
Yeah.
without my knowledge at all?
Yes, 100%.
From a distance.
From a distance, anyone. Like we have recently started on retarded child, we have started on abnormal pregnancy, so many things we have started, and we got so many beautiful results. Like one girl was since 24 years, she was deaf and dumb, she was not able to listen, not able to speak. After 2 months of this psychic surgery, now she has taken all my audio lectures, she has taken my video lectures, she is daily listening to all my lectures. Right? Your intentions are good, 100% they are going to help it. No, need not take their permission, because many times the person is not able to understand the issue also. What you are going to take the permission?
By permission, we mean that a cooperation.
See, if you take a permission and if they are cooperative, the result is very fast.
Yeah, that's it.
It's very fast. But if I tell my father that I am going to perform psychic surgery to quit your smoking, he will tell, stop this business. You don't interfere in my addictions.
Or they don't have a belief in...
It will take more time, but it will get the result. You will get the
So
result.
if you ask them, right? But if you don't ask them, so
Huh.
it's interesting because I usually ask permission.
Yeah.
Distance healing also.
Yes.
But this one case is cancer, and the person is Muslim, and I don't know that I know them through somebody.
Yeah.
But I asked him, I said, but I'm supposed to get your permission. That's the way I was taught.
Yeah.
And but if he asks him, and he says, well, my father doesn't believe in that, so then I don't get the permission, then I can't do it. But if I'm working with his higher self and his subconscious mind,
101%.
then that's fine.
101%. Yes.
Can we all request you to give a healing session today?
We'll do now. In 5 minutes, we'll sit in meditation. I'll heal you. No? Yes, sure. Yes.
I need to know, like in this case,
Yeah.
isn't it give the ability for the healer to do it without good intention also? What if the person who is a healer or knows how to heal, and if he has a bad intention for somebody else, then...
No, that is the goal first, no? That you are connecting through superconscious mind. They will not allow you to do anything. Like, if you use your Apple laptops, they will not allow any virus to enter. See, so the superconscious mind, once you get connected with your higher masters, they will not allow you to do anything wrong. And if you give some wrong affirmations, it will affect your aura. It is not going to enter their mind. Yes?
So isn't karma directly related to planets?
Yeah, it's 15 to 20%. As later on we'll go through it, because there are planetary connections with our chakras also.
So supposingly if you are healing...
They are reflectors. See, planets are reflectors like our medical parameters, like hemoglobin, WBC, they are all the reflectors. So whatever karmas you have done, they are reflected through the planets. Like suppose something I have done wrong in my past life with my root chakra, in this life I may be a Manglik dosh. But that doesn't mean that Mangal is creating some problem to me. I had created some issue with my root chakra, so something has to be reflected through some media. Like in present life, if you do something wrong, the Saturn is monitoring you, the Shani is monitoring you. In your Sadasati, in your Saturn impact, it will reflect some issue in your life.
So supposingly if you heal a person A, karma is created between two individuals, like person A and person B.
Yes.
So what is the reaction on the other person?
Didn't get it.
Like supposingly there is a karma which is created between you and me.
Yeah.
And you take the healing and you heal yourself.
Yeah.
What is the opposite reaction on the other person?
See, the thing is, you are not concerned for every person. You are concerned for only those where your karmas are there.
No, but how do we filter it out?
No, filter it out, it's very simple. Those people only will come in your life with whom you have the karma. Like we have put advertisement in newspaper, why everyone didn't step over here? Many people have told that we are going to come, but they didn't turn up because we don't have karma with them. We are not concerned with them and they are not concerned with us. So if you trust the nature, trust the destiny, unwantedly he will not send any person in your life unless you have that karma.
I think his point is absolutely valid in a sense. he has got a karma,
Ah.
right? Now you have entered
Ah.
to cleanse it.
Cleanse it.
Having to cleanse it means
Yeah.
you have taken it upon yourself.
No, we have not taken upon
You have
ourselves.
thrown it out in the universe.
No, we have
cosmos.
put it, we have grounded it.
You have grounded
Grounded it, yes.
yourself.
Because Mother Earth is there, which is having the highest potential energy. The sky element is having the highest potential healing energy. So they are giving the energy to cleanse his energy and to dump into the Mother Earth.
An analogy they say, you
Yeah.
know, people go to Ganges to wash off their sins.
Yeah.
Where does Ganges go to wash off that sins he has
No,
collected?
yeah.
That's a question. That's a
Yeah.
way to
Yes.
think. Right?
It's like, there is the law of transformation. Energy cannot be destroyed, cannot be created. It is the law of transformation from one form to other form. So what negative you are having, thoughts and emotions, through the psychic surgery, we are converting them, we are transferring into positivity. So that is not going to affect me also, that is not going to affect you also.
You recycle it into
Recycle, yes. Like the virus is there, when we are moving antivirus, that software is not getting affected. It is getting nullified. So it is called nullification or transformation.
Since you have done 90% of the healing
Yeah.
from the distance,
Yeah.
so communication is mandatory.
Yeah.
So is it possible to, if somebody is handicapped, so
Yeah.
can't hear or can't
Mhm.
speak, so can it be possible, the distance of course it cannot be possible, but
Mm.
can it be possible one is to one in person?
Possible is there. Sure. Yeah.
We spoke about the soul development.
Yeah. Evolution.
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 It so happens that the karma is basically unless until you learn lessons.
Yeah.
Even in PLR,
Ah.
unless until you've learned that lesson and you utilize it in your day-to-day
Yes,
life,
experience.
then healing doesn't happen.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the same place, now if you are healing somebody
Yeah.
without taking his permission
Mm.
or without him knowing,
Mhm.
but what about that lesson that he has to learn?
It will learn very fast. Like my father learnt very fast. The day I started psychic surgery, he started meeting those people who were suffering with the cancer because of the smoking. See, previously they used to meet him hardly once in a month. But every day he used to meet 10 people. That later on he told me. I told, Papa, why did you left the smoking? He told, daily I am meeting 10 to 20 people who are suffering from the cancer because of smoking. See, that is called enhancement of a learning of a karma. Once you start putting positive energy, he will start learning very soon.
So you were saying indirectly you are attracting those situations.
Automatically, it's a law of karma, it's law of attraction only. The moment you put something positive, he will get good business, he will get good people, he will get good wisdom, definitely.
That is, in effect, you are getting into the planet, getting a message into this chakra,
Yeah,
and doing the cycling.
sir. Yes. Right? So we'll take a break of 5